is prayer. So whenever we can come together, it's always good. Um, Individual prayers or corporate prayers, always in line. So just want to thank y'all and let us continue doing what we're doing. God honors when we take time for Him. We all are doing something. Some people just come in from work, and God honors that. I don't think He don't see that. That you still take time to come and pray and listen to the Word of God and work with the kids, and God see that. All right, and the kind of pay that He gives is not in dollars and quarters and nickels. It's an everlasting payment, and we're gonna get paid. All right, and it's gonna be something else. And this, what we read in here is Revelation. The more you, any book, the more you read it, the more you hear it, the more you pray over it, meditate on it, the more you understand. You'll get some kind of understanding of it. I'll tell you what, it's really helping me doing what I'm doing. And I don't have no problem in the sense where what I'm going to talk about when I come here, I have no problem with that in the sense it might be a problem the way it's coming out, maybe the way I sound, but I don't have no problem with you want to find something to talk about because it's right here in the book. All right, it's right here in this book, and this that's where we're going to do it. I will do it anyway. It worked for me. I hear some preachers saying, I got to go find something to preach. I ain't got to find nothing. It's right here. It's right in this book. All right? So I ain't trying to make up nothing. So here we did Revelation chapter 4 last time we was here. And I want to say to all of you, say good evening again. And we are moving. So we see in chapter 1 of Revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave to him. First verse, to show to his servant things which must shortly take place, and he sent and signified by his angel to his servant John. God give it to Jesus, Jesus give it to the angel give it to John, and now we give it to other people. All right? So that's where we at, and we went through, and I heard a guy say something today, and I didn't think about it. So you have, it's going to be 7, 7, 7s, different sections of 7. We already went through our first 7. What was our first 7? The first 7 churches, all right? So we're going to see that. I didn't even look at it like that, but that makes so much sense. In the next 7, we'll see the 7 seals. That's the next thing we get to after this. So we was in chapter 4, and let me read this. Chapter 5 of Revelation is a continuation of the heavenly scene beginning in chapter 4. All right. And the new chapter moved from the focus on John's vision of the enthroned Father to the vision of the Lamb of God. So now his first vision, and remember John is in, at this time, his body is here on earth, but he is in heaven. All right? His consciousness or his vision that can see into heaven and hear the things in heaven, however that went. Because Paul said when he went to heaven, he didn't even want to say it was him. He said he knew a guy, he knew somebody that went to heaven, went to the third heaven, and he said what he saw, couldn't even talk about it. But the Spirit is telling uh, John to talk about it. All right. So that has to be something else. I mean, you taking out this realm into the spiritual realm, but yet you're still here. I ain't even trying to explain it. Anybody can explain that? Right? All right. Wow. That's AI can't do that. So um, only God could do that. You still here, but you're in the spiritual realm. So that's what's going on with John right now. Now, anybody want to say anything? Maybe something from last week. Just want to say anything. All right. So let us continue. So we're in. Last week we talked about the throne room of heaven, and today I don't even go try to make up titles. I just get it right out of the Bible right here. Right? The title is in the Bible right here. The Lamb takes the stroll. All right. So Pastor Gaines would say that you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Or just you have to make up this. People already did it. All right. So just use it and give them the credit for it. So here we're talking about first chapter 4. What was in the throne room of heaven. Now we were talking about the Lamb takes the stroll. Chapter 5, verse 1. Somebody will read. Anybody could read in the time.
And I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written inside and on the backside.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Now, I always like to go back to when I first started reading this particular book. I didn't even see that this was going on. I didn't even know. I was reading it, but I didn't even know that John was taking out this earthly realm into a spiritual realm, and just what he saw. All right. And the first thing we want to talk about here in verse 1 is observation. His observation, he saw. He continues his account of his trip to heaven. John once again relates to what he saw. All right, I've seen some stuff. I mean, you have seen some things too, but nothing like this. All right, and he's talking about what he saw, and he said, in the right hand, saw in the right hand of him who sat on the throne, and God is still on the throne. All right, in the right hand, whenever you see the Bible talks about the right hand, especially when they talk about God, Jesus, is that right hand represents authority. All right, privilege and authority. So he saw in the right hand of him who sat on the throne. There had to be something else. All right. So here John noticed for the first time that God, who sat on the throne, which was never described, you can't describe him. All right. That's why he tell us early on, don't make up nothing that look like God, because you didn't see him. And the Ten Commandments tell us that. Don't make nothing that look like God. All right. He had something important in his right hand. All right. So he saw this. I like to put myself in that, as best as I can. You think about him. He saw this. He's looking. He's hearing and he's seeing things. He can't even explain it. All he can make it. He's saying things what we can understand because he's speaking from an earthly realm. Yet he's in heaven, but only he can explain it is in the earthly realm. All right. Even to the point where he say in his right hand, God don't have hands. All right. So Jesus has hands, but God the Father don't have a hand. He's a spirit. All right. A consuming fire, God is. So here, there's a difference between seeing things from a human perspective and seeing things from a divinely inspired revelation. Is there a difference between human perspective and a divine inspired revelation? What is the difference? All right. All right. Yeah. That's true. That's true. That's big and what Dennis is saying. Yeah. Have you experienced that yet? Not perfection. Not perfection. Uh, from a spiritual realm. Have you experienced that uh, things that from God, that spiritual things from God in your life? Yeah. And I look at it just my thoughts today. They from the time you wake me up to the time I go to bed is always thinking about, even when I'm not thinking right, I'm still thinking about God. So I think about that in the sense where that's a spiritual things that's happening to me where I never was conscious of the spiritual things. I'm more conscious of it now. Is that making sense? All right. I know there's a God. I know he hears and sees everything I do. I'm conscious of that. And I ask God to make me more conscious of him, um, to be aware that God is, he see me, he hear me, he know what I'm doing. I can't hide from him. So here, this is observation. Anybody want to say anything? So he says, and he said a scroll was written inside and on the back and the sealed on the, and sealed and seven seals. So here, this scroll is a scroll of redemption. What the word redemption mean? What does it mean? Huh? What you said there? You said redemption. Yeah. What does that mean? What's the meaning of it? All right. Now the Bible gives us a perfect example of that with what Boaz did with Ruth. All right, because Naomi, husband, lost the land, and the land was still in the family. All right, so he went and redeemed the land, and he redeemed Ruth by marrying her. All right, that's what Jesus did for us. He brought us back. Hosea, Gomer. She go out and do what she was doing, and she was put herself back on the slave block. God told her go buy it back. So that's what Jesus came. He come to redeem the world. He come to redeem us. All right. And why did he come to redeem us? Because what Adam did, God gave Adam dominion over the earth. When Adam sinned, who is now over the earth? Satan. He's the God of this world. And Jesus come to redeem us and to redeem the world. All right, did that come all right? So here, the scrolls, you were saying something? Somebody was saying something? Huh? The scroll of redemption? That's what my definition of the scroll of redemption? So yeah, this scroll is the scroll of redemption. All right? And it's talking about the redemption of the earth, redemption of people. In John's day, I'm writing right here what the book was written. Books was written on scrolls. They didn't have books. Pieces of parchment up to 30 feet long, rolled and sealed with clay or wax. So you imagine 30 feet, boy, that's a long, that's a lot. All right. So that's how long average scroll was. All right. And so here, and it's written inside and on the back. Now this indicating that there was nothing more that could be added to it. So it's written on the front, inside, it's written on the back. What else you gonna add to it? And what the Bible teaches in Revelation. Don't add to it, don't take it away. All right? And that's what the Mormons do. They add to the Bible. The Jehovah's Witnesses do. That's what they do. They add to the Bible. And the Bible tells us in the book of Revelation, don't add to it, don't take away from it. All right? And the seven seals are located throughout the scroll so that each one is broken. So every seal, 7 seals rolled together, and each one going to be broken. More of the scroll can be read and reveal another phase of God's plan for the end of the world. So every time they open the seal, the more we're going to see, we're going to be explained to us what's going to happen in the end. Well, that's what you imagine. 7 seals roll up together, and you unroll one, you overroll another one, and you break the seal on one. You can't break them all at one time. All right. Well, they rolled it from one end to the other, yeah, like this, till they met.
Because if the first one starts off, it's the first seal that's broken. By the time they get to the end, that will be the seventh seal.
I see what you're saying, yeah. So it's
That's how my brain is.
well, I see what you're saying. But we know that it's 7 seals, and they're going to be broken one at a time. Now, how they ruled, we'll see about that. Well, good evening. We are in Revelation chapter 5,
I'm going to say it early. I miss y'all.
and we miss you too.
I'm going to have to leave early. I've been working home.
All right,
I run my own business, you know.
all right.
So I got to do what I got to do.
And you got to do it. All right, good seeing you. All right. So let's read what Daniel chapter 12, verse 4 says. Daniel chapter 12, verse 4. All right. Let me get to it. Daniel chapter 12, verse 4 says, anybody, if you got it, you can read it. Daniel chapter 12, verse 4.
But you, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Then it shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased.
All right. So what's going on with Daniel? Daniel is getting this revelation, but he's not doing what John is doing. He told Daniel, don't talk about this. Shut it up. And what he's talking about is happening right now in our present time. Knowledge will end, and minutes should run to and fro, and knowledge should increase. And we see it like no other time in the history of mankind, how knowledge is increasing every day. Every day, knowledge is increasing. It's not going to stop. All right? Not saying we're getting smarter. Well, that's questionable if we're getting smarter. All right. So let's go back to Revelation chapter 5, verse 2. Somebody read verse 2.
Then I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, who is worthy to open the scroll and to loose its seals?
All right. So verse 1 is an observation. Verse 2 is a proclamation. All right. So this mighty angel called attention to the problem. It would take a special person to open the document. All right. And Revelation chapter 4, verse 11, let us know this, that you are worthy, O Lord, to receive glory and honor and power, for you created all things, and by your will they exist and were created. So this angel in chapter 2 say, I saw a strong angel, not just an angel, a strong angel, proclaiming with a voice, who is worthy to open the scroll and to loose its seals? Boy, that had to be something else. All this going on in heaven. Boy, heaven, it's loud in heaven. When you read this, there's some noise going on. If you can't take noise, you don't want to be in heaven right now. There's some noise going on in heaven. All right? Everything you running loud, it's loud, it's loud. All right? Not that boom, 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 banging, like not that kind of noise. All right? Wake up while you're sleeping. What in the world? Anybody want to say anything? All right? So verse 3, let's read verse 3.
And no one in heaven or on the earth or under the earth was able to open the scroll or to look at it.
All right? So verse 1 is observation, verse 2 is proclamation, and verse 3 is investigation. All right. So here we see no one. He says, "Oh, there had to be no one in heaven, on the earth, under the earth. Nobody. Nobody could do this." Huh? Yeah, that's right. Moses couldn't do it. And the Bible said Moses was the most humblest man on the earth. David couldn't do it. The Bible said he was a man after God's own heart. The archangel Gabriel couldn't do it. Michael couldn't do it. All right. The devil, he's trying to do it. And nobody today could do it. Nobody could do this. And the question is, who is going to be able to do this? So this is a problem we're gonna see for John. He wasn't expecting this. All right. He's gonna have a problem in heaven. Right. This is a problem. All right. So here, anybody want to say anything? This had to be something else for him to experience this on the island by himself because of his testimony for Jesus Christ, and he thought his life was over. God not finished with you till He finished with you. He wasn't expecting this. All right. He already wrote 4 books already, huh? John, 1 John, 2 John, 3 John. He already he wrote 4 books already. He didn't think he was going to 5 books. All right. So here, and John, you mess you up. He was a disciple that Jesus loved. Now Jesus didn't say that. He said that. All right. So here, we're on verse 4. Huh? Let's read verse 4.
So I wept much because no one was found worthy to open the scroll or to look at it.
All right. Now we're talking about lamentation. Lamentation. So weeping. All right. For the first time in the second vision, we know something of John's own reaction. He was messed up because nobody could do this. Somebody have to open this seal so he can continue. So this thing could continue. This to the end, get to the end. If nobody could open the seal, this would be the end of it. If nobody could open it up, this would be the end of it. All right.
He knew that by God opening it in his hands, it was important. He didn't know what was on it,
Yeah.
but he knew it was important, and he knew it had to be seen.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how were they going to open it? Now, even if the angel couldn't open it, and a strong angel, so that leads us to believe not a cherubim, not a seraphim, but maybe an archangel.
That's good, James.
Was there.
That's good. That's good.
So if even the angel was looking around for somebody
That's right.
to open it, John realized somewhere in there,
Yeah.
this ain't good.
Yep.
There's nobody to open it. This
Yep.
is not good. God's holding it in his hand.
Yeah.
And apparently he wanted it open. John knew that he wanted it open, but there was nobody.
Nobody. And when we read this, let's not read it from because we're looking back at this. Let's look at it from John's point of view. He didn't know what was going on. He didn't have no book. He didn't have Revelation reading. We're reading it. We're looking back at it. So what Tam is saying, he had no idea. He was messed up. Like, what? Nobody could do this? Nobody?
And we didn't have, I mean,
That's it.
somebody gotta be up here.
And he weeping. Yeah, it brought him to tears that nobody could do this. And you thought you knew what it was to be totally dependent on God until life presents you with unanswered questions. John found himself in that spot. When you think you get to that place and wow, what am I gonna do? You ever been there? Don't know the next step to take. Confused. All right? And I think we've all been there one time or another in our life. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. All right? We're waiting for somebody to tell us. So this had to be something else. So verse 5, let's read verse 5.
Then one of the elders said to me, "Do not weep. See, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the Root of David, has triumphed. He is able to open the scroll and its 7 seals."
All right? So here in verse 5 is consolation. And sometimes consolation. Talking with Kiana during this week, she said that sometimes consolation is not saying nothing. We can learn a great lesson from Job friends. I'm back in Job, reading Job again. Boy, them guys was all messed up. They was talking about stuff they had no idea what they was talking about. When they should have just keep your mouth closed. You don't know, you know. What they would tell us, if you can't say nothing good, don't say nothing. So here, and it's always good when you can give people consolation. And they take it and they receive it and they help them. And then another thing, and know I helped you when they come back and tell you, that helped me. And sometimes you think what you're saying ain't working, and then they go, that helped me. Like a guy, I haven't sent him something in a long time, but every time I would send him something, he would say, you sent that just when I needed it. I didn't know that. I didn't know what you was going on. I don't see him. He come across my mind when I'm reading something. It helps me. I send it to him. All right. And if you're doing that kind of stuff where you reading stuff and you send it to people, you know what I'm talking about. All right. And Brina, she do her live, and I listen to you, and that's a great responsibility when we talking to people. All right. I
The word of God is all knowing, and
yeah.
He knows how to make it apply.
Yeah.
At every one of our needs.
That's right. That's right.
When you get that word, when you hear that voice,
Yeah.
and He says, go, you got permission.
Yeah.
And you know it's all.
That's right.
It's just
That's right. And my cousin, at the funeral, after the funeral, I don't see my cousin. She lives in Baton Rouge, so she said, I've been looking at your program, You know, you don't know who looking, who listening. You know, and hopefully you're not doing it for that, but people are listening. So, but when we do it, let it be led by the Lord. So here he says, one of the elders said to me, and how many elders do they have? 24 elders, and they believe that's the 12 sons of Jacob and the 12 apostles. That's what they believe. All right. One of the 24 elders now answered the question originally asked by the mighty angel in verse 2, and he says, "Do not weep." Now he ordered John to stop crying. All right. Three unique titles given to our Lord to describe who He is in this particular verse. And the first thing is He's a Lion of the tribe of Judah. The Lion of the tribe of Judah. So here is a reference here to Genesis chapter 49, verses 8 through 10. We're not going to read that. Where Jacob prophesies, prophetically gives the scepter to Judah and made it tribe of kings. And we see that when Jacob was about to check out, he called all his sons in and he prophesied over all of them. And when he got to Judah, he told Judah that the scepter will not leave from you. All right. So he was telling him, which he didn't understand then, that your Messiah will come through your line. All right. Hebrews chapter 7. Let's read Hebrews chapter 7. Verse 14.
For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah, of which tribe Moses spoke, knowing nothing concerning the priesthood.
All right. Thank God we can go back and cross-reference. They couldn't do that with the Strobes. They couldn't cross-reference the Strobe, all right? But we can able to go cross-reference and go back to show you that this somewhere else is said about this. Somewhere else is said about it. That's why it's good to check this cross-reference and show you. It just keep proving what you just read. All right? Let's go back to Revelation. So he's not Moses, which tribe of Moses spoke of, none concerning the priesthood. So he wasn't in the priesthood. right? But he is the priest, the great high priest. Let's go back to Revelation chapter uh, chapter 5. Then he says the root of David, which look forward to the time, to the ideal king in the line of David. And Jesus exists before David. He brought David kingly line into being, a messianic title for Jesus Christ. You remember the man beside the road and he says, thou son of David? And he was asking Jesus to heal him, and the blind man, he was asking, and you see many times in the gospel that people call him the son of David. They knew that from the scriptures, all right? Then he says, hath prevailed to open the scroll and to loose the seal, the seven seals. The lion, Jesus, provided himself, proving himself worthy to break the seal and to open the scroll by living a perfect life of obedience to God, dying on the cross for the sins of the world, and raised from the dead to show his power and authority over evil and death. So this elder helped John that he don't need to weep no more. He's been found. Who's going to open the seal? All right. Verse. Anybody want to say anything? I'm on the wrong side. He was revealed. That's the word. All right. So he, thank you. He revealed to him while he was weeping. He revealed to him that yes, we know. First, Bob told us nobody. Then the elder said, "Well, hold on, I got something for you." He's from in verse 6. He's from the line. He's the lion of the tribe of Judah and the root of David. All right, and he was familiar with all these. That's two more than us. All right, so when he said that, it was like, wow, all right. Now he kind of understand that. So verse 6. Let's read verse 6.
And I behold, and lo, in the midst of the throne of the four beasts, and in the midst of the elders, stood a lamb as it had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of God sent forth unto all the earth.
Now, when I first started reading the Bible, this Revelation, and I got close to this, I'm like, what in the world? Did that happen to you too? All these eyes and this and bowls and and what is all of this? What in the world? I was like, wow. Huh?
Number 7. When I first started reading, that was the one thing that really stood out with Revelation as a whole. It used number 7 a lot.
Yep.
7 represents completion.
That's right. They use it a lot. That's right. That's so true, Kiana. So here, verses 6 and 7, we're going to talk about the manifestation. All right. Here he says, I looked and behold, verse 6, and behold, in the midst of the throne of the 4 living creatures, in the midst of the elders stood a lamb. All right. So I said earlier that this is 3 unique titles are given to the Lord to describe who he is. So the first one was the Lion of the tribe of Judah. The second was the root of David. And the third one is the lamb, a lamb. All right. So here we see John is still the spectator to this scene. And in the midst that is at the focus point of the throne room, everything focused around the throne room, all right? Stood a lamb as though he had been slain. Now, hearing of a lion, John turned and see a lamb. That's something. All right? Now, look at this. He says, and the elder stood a lamb as though he had been slain, standing, let's see, in the elders who have been slain, 7 horns. That's another. Let's see. This elder stood a lamb. He stood a lamb. That's what I'm going to talk about. The lamb is standing. All right. Uh, but he's slain. He was slain, but he's standing. All right. So that's a whole nother thing why he's slain, but yet he's standing. All right. So Jesus Christ is called the Lamb 28 times in the book of Revelation. The theme of the Lamb is important one throughout the scripture, for it present the person and the work of Jesus Christ, the Redeemer. He's the Redeemer. All right. And there's so many things in the Bible that we'll just run over, like Boaz and Naomi and Hosea with Ruth, with Gomer, and other things that we see. And you know, so servitude, slavery was different than America's slavery. Their slavery was a slavery of servitude. And when you was in debt, you would hire yourself out to this person, all right, to one of your brothers, all right. But then, in due time, your family could come back and pay by you out of that. So it was voluntary servitude. All right? Say it again.
I said till you paid off your debt.
That's right.
Year of Jubilee came.
That's right. That's right. Or somebody come and paid for you. And that's what Jesus did. All right? We voluntarily, we're born into sin. We see you, sister. We're born into sin. So here, as a lion, he is a judge. But as a lamb, he is judge. When you put all that together, all right? The lamb referred to his first coming, and we see that in John's Gospel, verses 1 through 29, chapter 1, verse 29. When John saw him, he said, "Behold, the Lamb of God that takes away the sins of the world." Now, when Andrew and John wrote it, but he didn't put his name there, when they heard that, they were like, "What?" And they left John the Baptist and they went to follow Jesus. So the lion referred to his second coming. All right? And he said, having 7 horns. Now these horns talks about omnipotence, complete power. When it talks about horns in the Bible, it talks about power. And 7 eyes, omniscient, clear, complete knowledge. And the Spirit of God, 7 spirits of God, omnipresent, the present in all places at the same time. So God has said he's going somewhere, but he's already there. All right? Only God could do that. All right? In Revelation chapter 1, verse 4, we see that when he talks about, let's see what that says, Revelation chapter, and then Revelation chapter 1, verse 4, St. John, the 7 churches which are in Asia, grace to you, peace from him who is and who was and who is to come, and from the 7 spirits who are before his throne. Only God could do that. Only God could do that. Anybody want to say anything? Yeah, omnipotent, the 7 horns, and we're going to see that again. We're going to be talking about horns. So whenever you see that, when we see this in Revelation, they're talking about power. All right? And the devil going to have horns too. All right? 7 eyes, you see everything. He knows everything. And the 7 Spirit of God, he's everywhere. And God don't have to get somewhere. He don't have to get somewhere. Like we had to get here. He don't have to get, he's already there. The devil has to get somewhere. And Job helped us to see that. And God said, "Where you been?" He said, "I've been walking back and forth." He can't, and that helped me to understand the devil a little bit more, because we'll think he's everywhere. He's not everywhere. The devil, now there's demons everywhere, but one Satan. And he's not in Chicago right now, and in Gramercy. Now he can get to Gramercy faster than we can, but he don't know everything. He don't know everything. He's not everywhere, and he's not present, and he don't have all power. Because everything he do, and Job help us again, he has to get permission. Even when he come at us, He got to go through Jesus to get to us. All right. So here, that's I don't know about you, but that's very encouraging to know that the devil just can't do no anything to us. All right. So God allow it to happen, but he just can't do no anything he want to do. Just do what he want to do. Remember the demons that was in the man, and they asked Jesus, "Can we go in the swines?" Yeah. He said, Jesus tell him, "I don't know where y'all going, but y'all coming out this man." All right. Can we go in the swines? So they had to ask permission when it was coming out, but they were asking permission to go because they need a body. That kind of evil needs a body. And we wonder, and we see people do some of the things that they gonna use your body. If you let evil use you, oh boy. Huh? Yeah, that's right. And then when you think about it, that's right. And when you think about it, that was the Gadareans, that was Gat. So they was a part of the Israelites. They're not even supposed to be with pigs. But they've gotten so far away from God to now they're even raising pigs. Let's show you when you get away from God, you don't know where you're going to end up at. They weren't even supposed to be around pigs. Because they said we're going to stay on the other side. Remember when they came over to Jordan, there was 3 tribes that said we're going to, and Joshua said, well, y'all can stay over there, but y'all come and help us. And then when y'all, after you finish selling, then y'all go back to where y'all want to go. And there was the Gat tribe of Gad, the Gadareans. That's what that man was. He was from the Gadareans. And to show you what happened to you when we drift away from God.
But he preached on Lot. How Lot was with Abraham. Then he separated. Then he was by the city. Then he was in the city. So it's like he progressed too. He went from being with the Lord, and he got further and further and further until he was in the city, which he should not have been in that city.
That's right. That's right. And then he says he was at the city gates. Yeah. What that represent? What that represent? That's right. Only the people that was in authority met at the. That's where they settled cases at. That's where the government was settled at the gates, and he was at the gate. So. All right.
I'm asking.
Oh, so no.
Him being at the gate, he had a position of power with the Jews, but he couldn't.
Yeah, he had a position of power with the Jews. Yeah, and and one thing about the book of Esther, you don't see mention of God. All right, but his attitude was that I'm not bowing to you because I only bow to God. And that's why Haman was upset with him because of that. But he wasn't that wasn't that. But he ended up being, he was second in charge after everything was over. He was second in charge. All right. Yeah. So, but this is different from what Lot did. Lot went in. He was out. First he saw it. He looked at it, and Abraham said, whatever way you want to go. And another thing you will notice in the Bible too, whenever you see people going to the east, when they say he went to the east, that means he's going away from God. So when you read in the Old Testament, when people going to the east, most of the time, it's representing walking away from God. All right? So here, and that's what he did. He went to the east. All right? And that's a good point. And it's for us too. It's for us too. All right? We have so many distractions now today. And since Sylvia was talking about that, we was talking about that. This phone is helpful, and this phone will have us for hours strolling and strolling and strolling for hours. And you look around you, wow. I've been on this farm all this time.
I got a solution for that.
What's that? Did it?
Buy you a cheap Android with not so good plan.
That's a good one, Daniel.
I can't do that.
That's good.
Buy you a cheap
That's right. My brother said, Facebook, what is that? You mean that to me? I don't know what that is. So, the last verse for the night. And we're going to have our meeting after this so to talk about some things. And I'm glad y'all here so we can talk about them. So, here, the last verse for the night. Verse 7. Somebody read.
And he came and took the book out of the right hand of the man that sat upon the throne.
All right. And he came and took the scroll out of the right hand of him who sat on the throne. And he, who is he? Uh-huh. All right. All right. And we at the beginning is John's, he saw in the right hand of him on the throne the scroll written inside and out. Now here he come and he crying, he wondering who gonna do it? And one of the elders said, well, I know somebody that could do it. And that's our testimony for ourselves, and that's our testimony when we go out and witness to people. I know who can do it. All right? I got some bad news for you. If you're not saved, you're going to hell. That's strong, huh? But I got some good news for you. You don't have to go because Christ already died for you. Better get somebody. Look, I got some bad news for you. What? You get the attention right quick. All right? All right. All right. So here in verse 7, this is the high point of John's vision right here in verse 7. All right. He says, the Son of God takes the scroll from the hand of God, demonstrating that judgment and authority over the earth is committed to the Son. It's about to start. All right. This means that the plan of God is ready to be carried out, and that Jesus is the one who will accomplish this plan. His plan. He's going to do it. The scroll is likely the same one sealed by Daniel. Let's go back to Daniel. We got to end with this. No, not the last. Daniel chapter 12. Daniel chapter 12. Let me get it. Somebody got it? Verse 9 of Daniel chapter 12, verse 9. All right. Daniel chapter 12, verse 9. Somebody read that.
And he said, go your way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed till the time of the end.
All right. And Daniel, Ezekiel, Isaiah, Jeremiah, certain other books go along with the book of Revelation of trying to understand. They did not understand this. When this was told to them, they didn't get this. They wrote it down. And then he told them, seal it up. But now, in our time, it's being opened up to us. All right? And people stay away from the book of Revelation because we've been told that it'll make you go crazy. That's what I heard anyway. That's why I said, I don't want to go crazy. I was already crazy, so I don't need to go crazy. All right? So here, the scroll represent the title deed. This was the scroll represent. To creation for Jesus Christ alone is the rightful heir. Because Adam lost the title deed to the earth to the devil. And this was the devil. This one time he didn't lie. When he told Jesus, if you bow down to me, in chapter 4 of Matthew, when he told him, he give him the earth. He wouldn't lie. Because he is the prince and the power of the air of this world system. He's not the creator of the world. He don't run the world, but this system, he running his system. All right. So here, he was not lying when he told Jesus, "If you bow down to me, I'll give you this," because Adam gave it to him, and Jesus come. That's why he come to get it back. All right. That's what you will call your big brother for when people mess with you. I'm coming. All right, I'll be back. Come back with my big brother. Y'all never did that, huh? Yeah, you did it to me. After me. Guy trying to handle up on me. And I said, all right. I went and called my brother. My brother came. He said, what you did? Just asked him. He said, what you did, my brother? Boy, you looking. And imagine my brother. I'm taller than my brother, right? My brother hit that dude. It was nothing nice. All he could do is stand and look like that. And he ain't told me nothing after that. But I know I had somebody fun though, didn't it? I went and called my brother. And who is our elder brother? Jesus. All right? Hebrews, the last verse for tonight. Hebrews chapter 1, verse. That actually happened. All right? I know what he was going to do. Chapter 1 of Hebrews, verse 1 and 2. Somebody read that.
God, who at sundry times and in divers manners spoke in times past unto the fathers by the prophets.
So all the prophets before. That's how he spoke in the past. Now, verse 2.
Hath in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he had appointed heirs of all things, by whom also he hath made the world.
All right. So he spoke to Daniel, Isaiah in the past. And where we at now? We are in the last days. All right. Now, if you want to hear from God, that's why you can pray. We need to pray. But if you're not reading your Bible, you're not going to hear from God. If you're not in Sunday school, you're not in Bible class, you're not going to hear from God. If you're not reading at home, you're not going to hear from God. You can pray all you want, but if you don't get in the Word, either you do it and being taught, when you do it and being taught, you're going to grow. You're going to grow. All right? So here, Jesus won the right to receive the scroll when he gave himself on the cross. And the last thing is this. Have you placed the scroll of your life in his hands? Have you placed the scroll of your life in his hands? I'm asking you that. Tammy doing this. What that mean, Tammy? Have you did it? Have you given your scroll, the scroll of your life, into God's hands? It takes a little time to do that. But once we start moving in a direction, we don't want to go back. All right? We don't want to go back. Huh? Yeah, it is. It is. It is hard. I mean, wow, just think. To go back to doing some stuff we used to do. Wow. I don't even think about it. Ain't no going back. All right? So that's the first part of Revelation chapter 5.